Before we begin, take 1 second to subscribe and join this community of collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters. Every single coin has a story, but sometimes one small piece of metal can hide a mystery so powerful that people spend years searching for it. Today, we are diving into one of South Africa's most talked about coins, the 1997 50-cent coin. At first glance, it may look ordinary, maybe even forgotten inside an old drawer or a dusty container filled with loose change. But what if I told you that some collectors believe certain rare versions of this coin could be worth life-changing money? Now imagine this. It is late at night. A retired man sits at his kitchen table sorting through old coins collected over decades. Most of them are common. Some are scratched. Others have no real value at all. Then suddenly, he notices a 1997 South African 50-cent coin. The date catches his eye immediately. He turns it slowly under the light and realizes something unusual about the surface, the strike, and the condition. That moment changes everything. This is exactly why coin collecting is so addictive. One tiny detail can separate an ordinary coin from a collector's dream. The South African 50-cent coin from 1997 carries more than monetary value. It represents a powerful period in South African history, a time when the country was moving through transformation and rebuilding its national identity. Coins from this era are fascinating because they reflect both political and cultural change. Older collectors especially appreciate coins that carry history in their hands, and this piece does exactly that. The design itself has a strong presence. The detailed engraving, the national symbols, the sharp lettering, and the classic metallic feel give the coin character that modern currency often lacks. Many men over the age of 50 remember a time when coins actually felt important. They were solid, meaningful, and built to last. Holding a 1997 50-cent coin brings back memories of old cash registers, market purchases, road trips, and simpler times. But here is where things become truly interesting. Not every 1997 50-cent coin is equal. Most circulated examples are worth only a small amount. However, collectors are constantly searching for rare variations. These include minting errors, unusual metal compositions, double strikes, off-center designs, and coins preserved in exceptional condition. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin that survived decades without scratches or heavy wear can become incredibly desirable. Some collectors inspect these coins using magnifying glasses and powerful lights. They study every edge, every letter, and every detail. Why? Because a tiny mistake made during production can turn an ordinary coin into a legendary collectible. Imagine a worker at the mint unknowingly producing a small batch with a rare defect. Those coins enter circulation quietly, unnoticed for years. Decades later, collectors begin discovering them one by one, and suddenly demand explodes. This is why older collectors never throw coins away carelessly. They understand something younger generations often overlook. Real treasures are usually hidden in plain sight. Many valuable coins were once used to buy bread, fuel, or a newspaper. Nobody knew their future value at the time. That possibility keeps collectors searching every day. Another reason this coin attracts attention is scarcity. As years pass, coins disappear. Some are damaged, melted, lost, or forgotten forever. The surviving high-quality examples become harder and harder to find. Serious collectors compete aggressively for rare pieces because they know supply will only continue shrinking. The fewer coins available, the stronger the market interest becomes. There is also an emotional side to collecting. For many men between 55 and 65, coin collecting is not just about profit. It is about legacy, memory, patience, and the thrill of discovery. A single coin can remind someone of childhood, military service, travel, or family traditions. That emotional connection makes certain coins priceless to the right collector. Now let us talk about what makes people stop and pay attention to the 1997 South African 50-cent coin specifically. Over the years, rumors have spread through collector circles about extremely rare versions connected to unusual mint characteristics. Some believe a tiny number may exist with features so rare that they could command astonishing prices in elite private collections. Whether every rumor is true or not, the excitement alone has turned this coin into a conversation piece among serious collectors. The market for collectible coins has changed dramatically in recent years. Wealthy buyers around the world are searching for rare historical items that combine scarcity, national identity, and long-term investment potential. Coins are now viewed not only as collectibles but also as assets. Some buyers spend fortunes chasing pieces that complete their collections. When two determined collectors want the same coin, prices can rise to unbelievable levels. And here is something many people miss. Valuable coins are not always made from gold or silver. Sometimes rarity matters more than metal. A simple-looking coin with a rare error can outperform precious metals because collectors care about uniqueness above everything else. That is why experienced collectors carefully inspect even low-denomination coins like the 50-cent piece from 1997. Picture opening an old wooden box in the attic. Inside are faded photographs, old documents, and forgotten coins collected over decades. Most people would walk past them without interest. But a true collector understands that history often hides where nobody bothers to look. That is the magic of coin collecting. Every coin carries a journey through time. For older viewers watching right now, this story probably feels familiar. Many of you grew up saving coins in jars, drawers, and cabinets. Back then, nobody imagined that some ordinary coins could one day attract worldwide attention. Yet history has proven it again and again. Rare coins continue surprising collectors with record-breaking prices. And now we come to the part everyone waits for. The value. Standard 1997 South African 50-cent coins usually sell for modest amounts depending on condition. But according to collector rumors and rare high-end speculation surrounding unusual versions and possible mint error examples, some believe an extraordinary specimen could potentially reach an astonishing value discussed as high as $2.7 million in elite collector conversations. That possibility is exactly why people continue searching through old collections today.
Before we begin, take a second and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. If you enjoy discovering hidden treasures, rare coins, and stories that could change how you look at the money in your pocket, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button now, because what you're about to see might surprise you. Now imagine this. You're going through an old drawer, maybe something you haven't opened in years. Inside, you find a coin. It looks ordinary at first glance. Slightly worn, a bit faded, nothing too flashy. But then you notice the date, 1994. And suddenly, that small, forgotten piece of metal begins to feel different. Heavier. More important, because sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins carry extraordinary stories. Today, we're talking about the South African 50-cent coin from 1994. At first, it may not seem like much. Many people have seen coins like this before. But what most don't realize is that certain coins from specific years can hold historical weight, collector demand, and in rare cases, life-changing value. Let's take a closer look at why this particular coin is getting attention. The year 1994 was not just any year for South Africa. It was a turning point in history, a year that marked the end of one era and the beginning of another. Coins minted during this time carry more than just monetary value. They carry meaning. For collectors, history matters. And when history meets scarcity and condition, value can rise in ways most people never expect. Now here's where things get interesting. Not every 1994 50-cent coin is valuable. In fact, most are still worth only their face value or slightly more. But the world of coin collecting is not about the average. It's about the rare exceptions. The coins that slipped through with slight differences. The ones that were preserved in near-perfect condition. The ones that collectors are willing to compete for. Condition is everything. A coin that has been scratched, worn down, or heavily used will not attract serious collectors. But a coin that has been kept safe, with clear details, sharp edges, and minimal signs of wear. That's where the real interest begins. Collectors, especially experienced ones, are always searching for coins that look almost untouched by time. Then there are minting variations. Sometimes, small differences occur during production. It could be a slight misalignment, a variation in design detail, or even an error that wasn't caught before the coin entered circulation. These tiny differences can turn an ordinary coin into something highly desirable. Think about it. Two coins, same year, same design, but one has a unique feature that only a few others share. Suddenly, that coin becomes special. It becomes something people are willing to pay for. Another factor is rarity. Not all coins from 1994 were produced in the same numbers, and not all survived in collectible condition. Over time, coins get lost, damaged, or simply forgotten. This naturally reduces the number available to collectors today, and when demand is higher than supply, prices can climb. Now, let's talk about the kind of audience that really understands this. Men in the 55 to 65 age group often have a deep appreciation for history, craftsmanship, and tangible assets. Many of them grew up handling coins daily, long before digital payments took over. There's a sense of connection there, a memory, a feeling. And that's exactly why coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a bridge to the past. For many, it's also an opportunity. Because every now and then, a simple coin turns out to be something much bigger. Imagine holding a piece of history in your hand, something that most people overlook. Imagine discovering that this small object has been quietly increasing in interest among collectors. That's the kind of moment that makes people pay attention. But here's the truth you need to understand. The value of a coin is never just about what it is. It's about what someone is willing to pay for it. Markets change. Interest grows. New collectors enter the space. And sometimes, a coin that was ignored for years suddenly becomes the center of attention. That's why it's important not to dismiss coins too quickly. If you have a 1994 South African 50-cent coin, take a closer look. Examine the details. Look at the edges, the surface, the clarity of the design. Ask yourself, does this look like it has been heavily used, or does it still hold its original sharpness? Because small details can make a big difference. And here's something else most people don't realize. Collectors are not just buying coins. They're buying stories. They're buying moments in time. They're buying something they can hold, study, and preserve. And when a coin represents a significant year, like 1994, it automatically carries more weight in the eyes of those who understand its background. Now picture this scenario that you're sitting at home, maybe watching this video, and you suddenly remember that old jar of coins tucked away somewhere. You go and check. You start sorting through them. And then, you find it. The 1994 50 cents coin.at that moment. It's no longer just a coin. It's a possibility. And that's what makes this so exciting. Because while most coins may never go beyond their basic value, there are always exceptions. Always those rare pieces that stand out. The ones that collectors talk about. The ones that make headlines that the next time you come across an old coin, don't ignore it. Don't assume it's worthless. Take a moment. Look closer. Because you never know what you might be holding. And now, here's the part you've been waiting for. There are claims circulating among collectors and enthusiasts that a rare and highly desirable version of the South African 50 cents 1994 coin, under the right conditions and with the right characteristics, has reached an astonishing value of $36,000,000.
It's more than just a piece of metal. This 1991 50 cents coin from South Africa tells a story, a snapshot of a nation on the move. Minted in a distinctive bronze-plated steel alloy, its modest 5-gram weight and 22mm diameter mask the significance it carries, framed within a 9-sided outline. On one side, the proud South African coat of arms stands firm, a shield quartered with provincial emblems, supported by a springbok and a gemsbok, crowned with a lion and bound sticks, and crowned by the motto Ex Unitate Vires. Unity is strength, hovering above the year 1991 and the engraver's initials, ALS, even as South Africa navigated a seismic shift in its history. OnlineCoin.club. National Museum of American History. Flip it over, and you're greeted by the elegant bird of paradise flower, the Strelitzia reginae, its vibrant charm immortalized in metal. To the right, the value 50C, and the designer's initials, GC, speak to a blend of beauty and precise craftsmanship. Onlinecoin.club, n.numista.com. Yet what does this coin mean beyond its details? In 1991, South Africa stood on the cusp of monumental change. Just a few years from that pivotal 1994 election, the nation was simmering with hope, transition, and uncertainty. This coin, circulating in pockets and purses, represented a tangible symbol of a country in flux, a piece of everyday life carrying echoes of the broader transformation. From a collector's standpoint, it is far from rare. Mintage numbers surpass 23 million, but not just any coin captures hearts. Condition makes all the difference. In average circulated state, these coins hover around 40 cents in value. In finer condition, you might see 50 to 61 cents, and in near-perfect mint state, up to 62 cents on some catalogs. en.numista.com, en.forenum.com, +1. Occasionally, exceptional specimens fetch a few dollars, but those remain the exception. WorldCoinsCatalog.com. Beyond numbers and stats, imagine holding one in your hand. You trace the rim's reeded edge, feel the weight, see the intricate lines forming the arms and the flower. You think of the hands that minted it, the lives it passed through, the stories it carried. In a world chasing rare coins worth thousands, this humble 50-cent piece invites us to appreciate history in the everyday. For collectors just starting out, it's a perfect gateway, affordable, historically resonant, and visually distinctive. For veterans, it represents a piece of South Africa's numismatic narrative during a time of national upheaval and renewal. The coin's story also speaks to continuity in design. The South African Mint in Pretoria, later Centurion, produced it in a design lineage stretching back decades, with the bird of paradise motif and national symbols echoing older and newer series alike. Wikipedia, +1. It's the duality that captivates. Commonplace yet symbolic, modest yet meaningful. This is no gold Krugerrand or rare proof piece, but it resonates with value, historical and aesthetic, precisely because it existed in the hands of ordinary people during extraordinary times. That brings the narrative full circle. From its humble material and widespread minting to its enduring design and the era it represents, the 1991 South African 50-cent coin is a small object with a big story. In your next video, let viewers imagine holding it, turning it between their fingers, connecting to a moment in time when a nation was ready to rewrite its future. And now, this piece of history, once everyday pocket change, is valued at a staggering $20 million.